A Taylor Swift fan's mother has put up 3 tickets to the pop star's November 15th concert up for sale after purchasing them as a gift for her 13th birthday. And now in a viral video message on social media, comes hot on the heels of the record-breaking songstress endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris for the next presidential election. So what we thought all would happen is that you take a political stance and then you alienate some of your fans. Now, do you think there's going to be enough of a shift in that direction to affect her financially or with her fan group?
Slightly. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a drop in the bucket. I think she'll lose some money, but I don't. I think she's too huge. I think she'll make it up somewhere else down the line. You know what I mean? Like, I think maybe like initially she might lose a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I think
not a risk to her career at all.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, some of the comments were that she's making this sacrifice where she's going to be a martyr for what she believes in, and she doesn't care about the money. She cares about doing the right thing. Do you think entertainers and athletes should take a position on politics?
No, I mean, personally, no. And that's only coming from me. Like I'm in a band, and I will never post anything political ever, because you just... For us, we're small time, so it's like if there's no sense in cutting my audience in half. I feel like that, like with most of the time with athletes, entertainers, they're not going to that either. Like I'm not going to a concert to hear somebody's political views. I'm not going to a sporting event to hear somebody's political views. That's why you saw all the crazy backlash with the kneeling for the national anthem and all that stuff when they were bringing all that in. It's like people aren't watching the football game to worry about politics. They're watching that to escape politics and to get out of it. So when those worlds intercross, I don't think most people are fans of that, and I'm not either.
Yeah. So what do you think of the fairness of elections when, if your campaign just goes out and finds people of influence, somebody who has millions of people who they can say, hey guys, I don't care about your political persuasion, vote this way, and then the fans just follow them and vote that way. And so they've got these gargantuan voting blocks, whether or not it's a Taylor Swift fan base or an Elon Musk fan base. It's not about the individual voter anymore if that's who we're just going after.
No, it's screwy that our country is like that, where it's like, oh, this celebrity said this, and now because I love this celebrity, I'm gonna do everything they say. Like, that's really, like, that's... I feel like those people shouldn't be allowed to vote if they're that.
That's a good point. That is a really good point. I mean, should there be a bar where the vote, there almost should be a post-vote interview, right, to see if why you voted has enough merit for the vote to be valuable as cast. Because it's no different of just taking someone's vote and stuffing it in a box and they have no clue who they voted for or why they voted for them.
Right.
Should there be an intelligence test? Should there be an information test? Should there be, along with the making sure that it was a legal vote?
I mean, I think so. That'd be great, but I don't know how you ever institute that without everybody losing their minds over it. That would just be the latest thing that people would be all up in arms and bitching about, like, oh, you can't test me for this. You know what I mean? Like, but you need to test to drive a car. You should,
right. You have to be able to see, right? Yeah. We're testing your vision and the information you have. You have to know how to do it. You have to have reasons for doing it. And so voting is one of those things where you get terrible ass people at the helms of power when you don't, because it's a reflection. If your society is not intelligent, then you get very not intelligent people that get elected.
No, 100%. I mean, yeah, that'd be great if there was a test that you had to take to vote, but...
Where would you set the IQ level? Like, are we going 90s and above, 100 and above? Like, do we want super geniuses the only ones allowed to vote? Do you want productive people of society only allowed to vote? Do you want property owners only able to vote? I mean, there's some things that we can throw at it to see what works.
Yeah, boy, I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to make that decision, because whoever comes in, an IQ point under the threshold is going to be really ticked.
Sorry, go learn some more. Like, you can earn your way into voting next time around. And even those athletes and entertainers, those small groups, it's a much bigger sacrifice. If you've got an audience of 100,000 and half of them fleet on you, then your shows are a little smaller and less merchandise sales and whatever, you could feel that in the pocketbook. But I think you're right. There's some people that are excluded from the pain that would come across from losing, 20%. We'll say I don't even think any of this is even close to 10% threat of losing Taylor Swift fans. But there are some country people and love country music that are like, yeah, I'm out on the whole Taylor Swift thing.
Yeah, but I feel like those people too are the same people that say like, oh, if so and so wins the election, I'm moving out of the country, and then the person they don't like wins the election, and they're still here. You know what I mean? It's like
They're
those
just mad.
people. They're just mad. And they just want to
Yeah.
yell from their, get on their tower and yell, whatever. But yeah, it's just. But no, as overall, like I don't particularly, just from my perspective, I don't like it when a celebrity or somebody is telling me how to vote. It's just. Again, and that's just from an entertainment aspect of it, where it's like I said, people are not going to sporting events and concerts to hear about politics. I mean, they're just not for the most part, unless it's like a really political performer or that's what you're getting and that's whatever. Then that's one thing. But if it's just like, oh, here's random so and so is going to stand up there and tell me how I should vote and what I should do, it's like, remember all the rock the vote things where it's like, oh, get out and vote. No, you don't want people just to get out and vote. You want people to get out and vote for your person. It has nothing to do with just like, oh yeah, we have to have voter registration up. Well, hey, I'm voting for the other guy. Well, then I don't think you should vote then.
Yeah, right.
It's total bullshit.
Now, have you ever boycotted a product, got so mad at a company for what they were doing that you said, I'm not buying stuff from them anymore?
If I ever got mad at a product or a company, it was probably because either I got food poisoning from it or something irritated me about the product. No, I don't think anything political wise. No, it's like if I just
service wise, yes.
If I just stopped buying something or was like, I'm just not doing that anymore, it's like, yeah, it probably didn't have to do with politics. It probably had to do with just their product was shitty or something about it irritated me. I was like, all right, I'm just not buying that anymore.
I have an annual complaint. This is my longest running boycott, and this happened probably in maybe the early 2000s, 2005. So I've been boycotting this company ever since then. And it was when DirecTV switched everything over to high definition. So whatever year that was that they did that. And so I ordered it. It was super expensive at the time, but I wanted high definition Browns games. Like I really wanted to watch sports in HD. And so I called them and I said, hey, do you have all your, the local channels, NBC, CBS, whatever, in high definition? They said, absolutely, no problem. High definition, all your local channels. And so I installed the thing, paid my $1,000, and go to turn everything on, and I have this NBC feed that was coming out of New York or something like that. And I'm like, high definition, not getting it on my local channels here. What's going on? Oh, yeah, there must have been some mistake. We don't offer your HD. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll send this shit back and we'll undo this. And I'm like, well, there's no refunds on this. And you can go to the end of the term once you pay off the stuff and whatever. And I was like, shit, like I got totally swindled into buying something that my first question was, can I get this? And they didn't let me out of that contract. So I paid my contract off and I set my petty disagreement for a lifelong ban of DirecTV. So when you're walking through Best Buy and those salespeople say, hey, let me sign you up for DirecTV. I tell them, you give me my $800 back and I'll sign up. And on social media, I tag them once a year. And with I'm so mad about this and it's carried so many decades. I can't let it go though.
Whenever I go to those places, like you go walking into Sam's Club or walking into a store and they're trying to get you to sign up for DirecTV or a cell phone plan, or usually it's the cell phone plans one. Like the cell phone people are kind of out of control, whatever.
Top?
Easiest way to do it, like ever, to get away from that, just my mom pays for my phone.
Oh, nice. Good.
Stop right there, like, because you're getting it for free, right? Like I don't pay for my phone; it's free. You know what I mean? Or just any excuse like that
I have no money to spend, and
or that you're getting it for free. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna because their whole sales pitch is like, here's a cheaper plan. It's like, I don't pay for it anyway. Oh, okay, and then they stop talking and look to the next person that's walking in. So yeah.
Oh, I like this topic. So do you have any other defenses? Like you're walking down the street and somebody's panhandling for some change, and they say, hey, do you have a dollar? And you have a dollar. So how do you get out of the panhandler?
Don't carry cash.
Don't.
I said don't carry. I did, and I might have cash on me, but it's like, sorry, man, I don't carry cash. Just like with panhandlers, that's usually a go to if it's you know what I mean. Like if it's especially if you're in an area where like they're being real aggressive with it or whatever. But yeah, just like, no, man, I don't carry cash.
I
And then
was
that's
I
usually
was
it.
in New Orleans, and I was walking down the street with my family, and some dude just came up with a brush and started cleaning my shoes, right? And I didn't ask for it. He just started doing it, and it was the most aggressive sales pitch ever. Because then he told me that I owed him $20 for the cleaning, and I'm like, got these two dudes. They clean my shoes. If I say no, are they gonna pummel the shit out of me? And I gave him $20, and I thought, man, do I feel dirty with that exchange? Like, couldn't get out of it.
It's like the people, yeah. If you're in a big city, whatever, they come start washing your windows. Or
Yes,
whatever,
right.
And they want that, it's like they want the head out. It's like, all right, come on, man. Like
Over the
Yeah.
top, like, I don't know. It puts reasonable, regular people in weird positions where you're a little fearful, right? That if you don't pay, it's like extortion, but on such a weird level.
The worst is when you give a couple bucks to somebody and then they keep coming back, or it's like not enough, and then it's it's like
can you do $1 more, buddy?
it's like, no, get the fuck out of here. Like I'm gonna punch you if you don't go away now. Like, you know what I mean?
All right, here it is. I'm at the gas station. Hey man, I ran out of gas and I just need like $5 to
Oh
put
yeah,
in
I've
my
had that a
little
bunch
can.
of times too. Yeah, I'm just no again
No,
same thing.
no.
Just no, or I just no, I don't carry cash. All I have is this card. Or whatever. Oh, can you put your card? No, you're not using my card for your gas. So like no, I just They're like, nah, I'm good, man. Just get the card and leave. Yeah.
There's a million scams. We watched a couple documentaries on people who professionally panhandle. They do it every single day in lieu of working, and those people, they can do $400-$500 worth of donations per day.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy because we're charitable people, and so to like work people over for that is just so wrong on a whole bad level.
There was a news report think I saw where a guy was like a lawyer for a long time, whatever, and he literally stopped being a lawyer to go be a panhandler. He had an outfit in his closet that was like his work outfit, which is to go look like he's homeless on the street, and he ended up something like between $40,000 and $50,000 he got in a year doing that. He has a house, has whatever. And just was like, yeah, he goes and he panhandles. He begs for money. It's like, okay, like I feel like that'd be a lot of there'd be a lot of work to do just to stand there and ask for money all day. I mean, I guess you're just standing there, you're not really doing much of anything, but like, I don't know. Maybe my conscience would just be like, yeah, this would suck to be sitting here asking for money all day, but what?
But you can work on the craft of manipulating people into giving you money. I bet you there's certain things that you can say and do, or a look that you could have. The guy playing the guitar with the open guitar case. There's got to be like successful, methods that, it's probably an underground of people who go to panhandling training classes and they exchange what works and what doesn't.
Well, here's one I saw too. Like, so drug dealers, right?
Yeah.
So I've seen people, they're trying to sell drugs. They're trying to sell, here, you selling cocaine, right? Like, oh, here, take this bump. Well, the first bump you do is a real thing of cocaine, and then they sell you baking soda in a bag, and then people, I've seen that happen to people and get all pissed off, whatever, where it's like, oh, there's a drug deal, whatever, going on over here, whatever, and then all of a sudden the one guy's really, really pissed and looking for whatever, because like, so you're buying it from a random person on the street that's
Yes.
a drug dealer. Like, clearly there's not going to be quality
Not going to be
control.
straight up, right?
No, like, yes, you shouldn't be surprised when that happens.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
But-
even in like the Bitcoin world and in ransomware, like they'll take over your computer and they'll hold your data hostage and make you pay like $1,000 to get your stuff back. But then what happens if you pay them and then they don't unlock your stuff? Like, what are you going to do? Call customer support and complain
Right.
or file an FTC report? But yeah, I mean, that whole, there are probably way more illegitimate business that goes on with your fake cocaine dealers, your ransomware people, and your fake panhandlers out there. It's an entire industry.
It's a hustle everywhere, man. Everybody's hustling. Everybody's trying to rip you off at every corner, from drug dealers to crypto and everything in between. It's all the same scam. It's just different shit.
Yeah, and honestly, teaching defenses against it, how to get out of being that giver, how to spot one who's not legit. Like that. There was one guy in Boardman who panhandles on a regular basis, and on Facebook I saw that they drive like a really nice Cadillac and they pull up on it. So people are And there's one at Giant Eagle, same thing, where they go to the same spots, they have the same story, and then enough people hear the same story, and they're like, whoa, come on, something's up here.
I do like those videos where, like the stolen valor videos, where they see that like there's the person pretending to be a former war veteran,
Yes.
and then actual war veterans come up and just beat the shit out of them for pretending.
Yeah.
Like, dude, where'd you serve? And they're totally bullshitting, sitting there in fatigues, trying to be like, oh yeah, give me money because whatever, So yeah, it's funny when actual veterans find those people and just beat the shit out of them.
Now, do you feel bad when something like that goes down, where someone who is truly being awful kind of gets, ripped off, or they get a beat down?
No.
No, not at all. Public doesn't.
No. For like that sort of thing, like if you know what you're doing and you're trying to scam people, and then if you get caught in the scam, then you get beat up for the scam, I don't feel bad for you at all. No, like you deserve it. Like you're trying to swindle somebody, and then you should expect to get punched in the face if you get caught.
Speaking of low IQ people, have you ever seen those people who get ripped off during a drug deal and go to the cops and complain that they got...
yeah, like this guy, I think half the episodes of Cops in the 80s and 90s, like that show, that was like people like really, you're going to come complain to me about the drug deal you just got ripped off on?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there are ways of testing low IQ other than an IQ test.
There
When
you
you
go.
run across one of those people, a little mark on your license that says, I can vote, they just draw a line through
Yeah.
it. Like, you are no longer allowed to do important things in our society.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.